Hello, Professor and classmates. This is my children's literature math lesson. This is a kindergarten standard related to algebraic thinking and operations. I titled it Counting and Equations Are Fun. You will see the standard right here. It's not giving me. You will see the standard right here. And then what it entails, and then the I can statements on the right. I can explain addition means putting together. I can explain subtraction means taking apart or taking from. I can explain which mathematical symbol used to show addition and subtraction. And then I can explain how two numbers add together to make an equation or number sentence. These are my I can statements. This is the standard. This is what the standard says to do. Why is it not letting me? Go to the next slide. Okay. There we go. Students are going to need prior knowledge to be able to do this. Identifying and recognizing numbers 1 through 10, being able to say those numbers, and also being able to count in sequence from 1 to 10. Open my lesson as direct instruction to the whole class. Students will have the opportunity to work as a group or with a partner at their table for a kinesthetic activity. After direct instruction in reading of the book, there is an educational video that I provided to reinforce addition and subtraction with objects. Here we are using M&Ms as a manipulative. That's fun and yummy to count. And assessment will follow individually as a worksheet to assess students' knowledge. Welcome, class. Good morning. How are you all doing today? I need some help. Hold up my rubber duckies. How many is this? Show 3 duckies. How many is this? Who can tell me by raising your hand? Hold up 6 duckies. We're going to count through 10. This book that I'm using only goes through 7, but we're going to count through 10. Who can tell me what we have been learning about and activate that prior knowledge? Let students raise their hands. You're hoping that they're going to say that we have been learning about counting numbers 1 through 10. Count out loud as a class to 10. Ready, set, go. Now, I want to add something new today because you guys are all so smart. Do you know what we're going to talk about today? We're going to learn how to add and subtract with pictures. Hold up, quack, and count. This is the name of our book today. Can anybody read it to me and the author's name? Let's see if we can count and put together all of these little ducks. You can even ask students what they think the book is going to be about, and then introduce the book. Why this book? This book uses ducks to represent objects or animals like the standard shows, to show students how we can add numbers together to make 7. It also has rhyming words and bright, colorful pictures to catch their attention. The counting strategy, how to count, the counting on strategy, and small addition equations are all represented in this book and are appropriate for new learners. The counting strategy can be used here. Put 3 in your head and count 2 more. 3, 4, 5. The book used chart paper to show each duck, how each duck jumps in the pond. Show how we use the plus sign and what the plus sign means on the chart paper beside your rocking chair for guided discussion, direct instruction before you read the book or after you read the book. The plus and the takeaway sign, how we add to, and we can also take apart. What if the ducks hop out? What could we have done to show how many ducks? Could we have done 5 ducks hopped out? Takeaway, that tells us how many ducks hop out. 2. Okay, equals activities, lots of activities. Point and count the ducks as you read the story. Talk about all the ways you can add 2 numbers to get 7. Practice the counting on strategy and also talk about order. 5 plus 2 equals 7, but so does 2 plus 5, and explain that, which is the commutative property of addition. Real rubber ducks, like little bath ducks, could also be used as manipulatives. Or duck gummy bears. I don't know if they make such a thing. But anyway, my procedures: read Quack and Count by Keith Miller. Stop at each page for all the children to see the pictures and count the ducks. Reinforce the story by asking children what happened in the story and what these ducks were doing. These ducks sounded silly to me. Explain how two numbers, when added together, make a bigger number, and how we can also make numbers smaller by taking them apart or subtracting from them. Use the chart paper to write down different addition sums in the book. 6 plus 1 is one of them. 5 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 2 plus 5, and 1 plus 6 were all used in this story and would be good to use on chart paper and talk about addition. Okay. Ask students if they can try this with the partner next to them at their desk. Group work. Provide students with a paper towel, M&M candies, and the teacher rolls a dice to find two numbers to call out loud to students. Let them add them and put them together. They're going to use their M&Ms to put 3 plus 2 or 4 plus 3. 3 problems of addition and 3 problems of subtraction should suffice, and then have them eat their M&Ms as a treat. I'm trying to hurry. Students will complete this worksheet individually as a group. I need to change that. Students will complete this. This is adding cherries. This is the answer key. So we're adding to 6 on that worksheet. This is a Pete the Cat video. Everybody loves Pete the Cat, and it's super fun. He goes to 7. Oh, yeah, I love it. Right. So it's learn to add with Pete the Cat.
Get ready to learn.
Okay, and he goes to 7. It's super fun. And then this is one more worksheet that they're going to do as their exit ticket out the door, especially if you have extra time. And these are counting popsicles. And these numbers go to 9. Okay. I linked Pete the Cat by himself since he is technology. There are also many other resources like Zern Math, ABC. There's different resources I know from placement that teachers use, and they tell the students to log in, and they are able to find through the different websites the different activities to reinforce the teaching concepts and lessons. I linked the popsicles right here again as their exit ticket out the door. Boys and girls, let's count our popsicles and do this last worksheet, and then we will be done with math and get to go to PE today. And then I want you to close the lesson. I'm going to close the lesson. Who can raise their hand while they're working, while they're finishing their popsicle sheets and eating their M&Ms, and tell me what we learned today? You hope that they're going to raise their hand and they're going to say counting and adding, and we learned how to take away and subtract with pictures. Refer back to your learning targets, the I can statements at the top of your lesson plan, and summarize and make meaning of what you learned today, okay, to reinforce. Now let's go have fun at PE. This is the Cherries worksheet as a formative assessment to help provide feedback on the lesson that I just did and evaluate the effectiveness and the student's comprehension of the lesson. Many modifications that can be made. Gifted students tend to work more quickly. They may need numbers to 10 or 12, so it's more of a challenge. There are lots of, you have ELL learners, you have EIP or IEP, 504 students. Some of them may need a visual timer. Some of them may need, manipulatives are good for all ages and stages, and they provide a visual for ELL learners instead of hearing so much in their head. Modeling the equations for them and using manipulatives to count are all really visual, really super good things to help them, okay? Modify teacher talk and practice time, especially for ELL learners, which is really heavily concentrated in Gainesville, where we live, and where we live in Dahlonega now, but where we came from, and I do placement in Hall County schools, the Spanish population. Talk clearly and slowly. Nonverbal cues like thumbs up or thumbs down. Are you done? Are you okay? Do you need help? You need help? Modeling an example on chart paper. I'm going to use chart paper instead of the board. Be culturally responsive. Like I said, in Gainesville, especially where I live or used to live a few months ago before June when we bought our new house, lots of different ethnicities and Spanish population be aware of that. And uno, one, work, trabajar, work, trabajar, and reinforce that. Also, wiggle seats, pencil grips, quiet candies I found in my placement to be effective. Oh, you are working so quietly as you pass out one little candy or a little sticker. Ultimately, I put this at the end because there are many accommodations that can be made, and it all depends on the individual child and their specific set of skills and needs. I hope you enjoyed my literature presentation. This was super fun to do.